Hey Radiant Souls, welcome back to my channel. I want to talk today about dimensions. So I played a little bit of a pun in the title of this video. If you are not someone who watched the show Game of Thrones, it probably doesn't make any sense to you, but it was funny for me, and it's winter outside, so the play on winter is coming, Ascension is coming, Game of Thrones, Game of Dimensions. Just humor me. It was a thing I was doing. So one of the questions I get a lot is about our ascension into 5D, fifth dimension. And I want to share what my guides have shared with me and shown me over the years about different dimensions, because I see a lot of talk online where we think that, oh my gosh, fifth is so much better than third. And seventh has got to be so much better than fifth. And eighth and ninth have got to be so much better than seventh. And I get it. We are humans. We're used to ranking things. We're used to leaderboards, and we're used to scores, and we're used to Yelp reviews and things like that. But they would ask, they being the guides, that you consider it a different way. Just because a being or someone is in a different, what we would say higher, because the number is higher, dimension, does not mean they are better. So that's the first thing. Stop thinking that, oh, it's seventh dimensional, they're so much better. They're just different. They are still beings who have incarnated to have an experience. They've just selected to have a seventh dimension experience or a fifth dimension experience, or whatever it may be for them. We've chosen third dimension right now. So the other metaphor that they share with me a lot that you may have heard, but maybe not, so I wanted to share it too, is to think of dimensions as different games. So that's where I got the title for this video. So if we think of, let's just say the third dimension is tennis. You have a whole different set of equipment that you would use. You have different clothing that you would wear. There are different rules to the game. There is a different venue for the game. You're not gonna play hockey on a tennis court. You're not gonna take your tennis racket to a hockey game. They're different. Same thing with dimensions. Dimensions have different rules. They are different games. They have different requirements, different equipment. And just like if you were to imagine going to, say, an athletic field or an athletic center where someone can be playing tennis, someone can be swimming, someone can be playing basketball, there could be a football game and a soccer game all going on at the same time. That's what the dimensions are. They're all interrelating in the same time. And you can, if you tune your senses to do it, you can watch. So if you're here playing tennis, you can watch and see the people over there playing basketball. So if you're in the third dimension and you tune your frequency and work with the energy of knowing how to do that, you can see into the other dimensions. So when people, such as myself, channel information from different dimensions and different beings, and that also includes, although it's a little different, but it includes the spirit realm, so pets and people who have crossed over, you can still see. You might not be existing in the same place, you may not be playing the same game, but you can interact. So if you think of it like that, we also, I know we have our preferences, and some people may say, oh, tennis is so much better than hockey, or hockey is the right way to go, or I love football, or whatever. Don't do that with the dimensions, that, oh, this one is so much better. They are just different. So some of the higher dimensional beings are stepping in to assist us at this time because we are kind of like rock stars for them in a sense. We are in a really, this will come as no surprise to you, we're in a really hard game. We're like the chess match that, attracts all the attention and everybody wants to watch. And the interplay of our emotions and free will and things that we have in our third dimension don't necessarily exist, even though the third dimension isn't unique to Earth. The kind of way that we flavored it is unique. So for us to feel like, We're like at the tail end of this dimension game. We got to go ahead and hurry and get to 5th. I wouldn't necessarily advise that you think like that, because what we're doing is revered and honored by so many others in other dimensions. So don't think that we're like behind, we're not evolved, we're not exactly where we're supposed to be. We're just playing the current game. Some of us are playing it, if we're going with tennis, some of us are pulling a little, is it John McEnroe, who was like famous for yelling at the referee and throwing a big temper tantrum. Some of us are doing that right now, and I get it. But Ascension will happen. That's also part of my title. Playing on Winter is coming. Ascension is coming. It will happen. The way that it happens for each and every individual is to go within. It is not getting eating the right food or finding the right supplement or following the right kind of dogma or whatever. It can involve those things, but there isn't an external force that is going to flip the switch for you. It is always, I'm told, the internal work. So going within to find your piece of the whole, because it is inner, but it is also connected. So if you are someone who says, oh, I've done all the work, I've been like spiritual for like ever, maybe not, because I hear a little ego in that statement. If you are finding yourself really passionately aligning to one point of view versus another, that's fine. No judgment on that, but are you judging the people who don't agree with you? There may be something for you to work on there, because anything in the third dimension, if you want to transcend, anything related to polarity or duality needs to soften, because that can't come with us. That's like us taking our tennis racket over to the hockey game. It doesn't work. It doesn't serve any purpose. You can't hit the little hockey puck with it. Probably makes you feel crooked to skate around with it. It just isn't the right tool. So the polarity that we have serves us here and has served us for now up until this point, but that's why it is also kind of coming to light in really large ways, because it is being uprooted and it is being shifted and transmuted and alchemized, which is amazing. But just watch how you, remember going within, watch how you are participating in that. Are you fully claiming and blaming, the claim and blame game, or are you observing and saying, I see where anybody's point is valid for them? So, and don't place judgment on yourself either. When you're like, oh shoot, I was looking at it that way, I got caught up in it. That's great. That's an opportunity for you to learn, to observe, to catch it, to change it. So we are rewriting or learning the new rules of the game as we go. Just think of it like that. Checking in with the guides to see if there's anything else. I think that's it. Games. Oh, the other part of games. Some of us forget sometimes because we are really passionate people, and especially those of us who are energy sensitive, we're picking up on gunk, just energetic gunk in the environment. And we're worried and we're concerned, and rightfully so sometimes. But don't forget to lighten up, because if you look at the word enlighten, it's got lighten right in there. So make sure, as part of your self-care, as part of you going through your day, that you are also bringing a lightness of being to it. That doesn't mean you are selfish. That doesn't mean you are turning a blind eye to what's going on, that you aren't aware of current events, but it doesn't mean you get boxed in and weighed down by them either, because you maintaining that frequency introduces it into the atmosphere, and it's going to catch someone else. Hey, I like that frequency. Let me try that on for size 2. And it grows and grows and grows and grows. So rather than being, hang on, I'm getting another picture from the guides. Rather than being the person in the field taking whatever was planted be the person who is sowing the seeds. That's kind of cheesy, but that's what I was seeing. Yeah. So I hope that helps you guys. I hope you're having an amazing day. I will see you next time. Bye.